Talking Reds, Tuesday, 11th of February. Not by Tuesday, as it's more famously known now. I think
Famously known?
Famously known now, yeah. I literally getting stopped going with it. Not by Tuesdays, that.
Like, everyone's always calling me a knobhead, so it must be off this.
Well,
it's the only reason I can think of.
Maybe it's bleeding into my life a little bit too much, rubbing off on me, Kev. So, bit of a weird week with no football, really, to speak of from the weekend. But just still plenty going on. Philippe Coutinho, sounds like a scratch record, has been linked again with Liverpool Football Club after Bayern Munich have reportedly declined to sign the Brazilian attacker midfielder forward, I don't know what you call him now, for around 65 to 70 million pounds. Now, I mean, the thing around all this is Philippe Coutinho was undoubtedly a fantastic player, done a great job for Liverpool. Liverpool got a great deal. But if he can't get in the Barcelona team and he can't get in the Bayern Munich team, well,
how's he getting to ours?
Yeah, which is mad considering where we've come from, like. But
it is, but we're genuinely the best team in the world, and neither of those two teams are. They're both on our level, I would suggest, but in the hierarchy of things as they stand, we're on top of them. Coutinho's a funny one for me because I loved him at Liverpool, and I think the way he left has sort of soured his memory a little bit. And people talk about him like he wasn't the best player in our team by a country mile. He was by far and away our best player, better than Bobby. Probably better than Mo. Then again, Mo's first season was unreal, and that was when he left. But he's a fantastic footballer. I think if you could get him back, I can see why people say no, we don't want him back because the way he left and all that. And it's a good warning for other people, isn't it? Like, it's like, well, listen, if you leave, you're gone forever. But if we did get him back, I wouldn't be averse to that.
But I mean, even taking the emotion out of it, just even on the numbers. I mean, people talk about the transfer fee, can't excuse it. But I mean, he'll be on what, about £200,000 a week. So you'd value that in. It's 27 years old. So presumably, if you're signing him for what, on a 3 or 4 year deal, so your resale value's through the floor. I mean, it was said to me at the time. I remember someone saying to me when Coutinho was at Liverpool, and it was a massive compliment. And they were talking about Jurgen Klopp, and he was saying, you know, it's a mark of how good Coutinho is that Jurgen's playing him there because he doesn't typically like that kind, not like that kind of player, but he doesn't have a system.
He's more functional in his
midfield.
Yeah.
But Coutinho was that good. He basically built a team around him and indulged them. I mean, it's a bit of a weird one, really. You just think that Liverpool should, like, one step ahead. We see names linked with, you know, being linked with Kai Havertz again this week, and you talk about the historical links to Jadon Sancho, linked again with Villarreal winger Samuel Chukwueze, who's also been linked with City and Chelsea. But then you've got for like 30 million young lad. But then you've got issues with the African Cup of Nations and scheduling around that. I mean, do you think the AFCON things will factor in to Michael Edwards' thinking when the signing players now?
Got to, hasn't it? Surely we can't afford to have Sadio Mane and Mo Salah go away and not have another backup, because you'd imagine,
especially one that's got to go as well.
Well, in my opinion, we're 100% not going to sign anyone who's got to go. So what I mean is, I just can't get past Timo Werner. I know he hasn't been linked, and we probably weren't even going to talk about him on this, but
Mr. City the other day.
He did, well, yeah, but it was a bad ball in, so you might watch the match, but he's a fantastic footballer, and he's a total Liverpool footballer with our current setup. I think he'd be absolutely great in the team. He works his plums off, and my little fella's just signed him on FIFA for a Switch, so he's desperate for us to sign him now because he watched him the other day. But someone like him who can come in, and even without the AFCON thing, just rotate with all the front three, and you're not losing that much game time, but you're also not dropping a level. It's not like bringing a Origi in. Like, if the African Cup of Nations comes around next year and Origi's our man to come in, I'll be very, very surprised.
I mean, the sounds are that they will sign someone for an attacking area, so it's just really a question of...
I suppose you've got to remember Minamino's an attacker really as well. And in 6 months' time, the famous Klopp first 6 months, he's probably going to be an absolute worldie as well.
So what do you think on the rotation out? You might see Lallana and Shaqiri leaving, then two come in, but one of them will be like a premium top-end type player.
If you see it that way, you could end up with maybe 5, and you say to Minamino, you have to sort of drop back into the midfield role a little bit, but whether he can do that, I don't know. And also, that probably stunts time for Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita. So, listen, we've got an embarrassment of riches, and these are good problems to have, but I think it'd be remiss of us not to be looking and thinking, well, in January next year, I think it's January the AFCON, isn't it? Yeah. Somewhere around there, anyway. When these players go, and they're probably our two best players in terms of just pure footballing ability. Maybe not our most influential, but certainly our best. It'd be negligent, in fact, for us not to be looking to sign somebody, because we seen what happened when Sadio Mane went in. I think it was his first year or his second year, wasn't it? And we fell off a cliff because he was so important to us. And we're not the same team now by any stretch of the imagination, but no team can afford to take its 2-star men out up front and not replace them with adequate, not even adequate, you've got to be the same level. Origi's adequate, but he's only adequate for a couple of games, you don't want to be bringing him in. I feel like I'm always giving Origi down the banks here, but I'm not, and he's been a fantastic servant for Liverpool, but I think anyone watching will agree we don't want to be watching him play.
Stop picking on him, Kev.
We don't want to play 10 games in a row.
Stop picking on him.
I love you, lad, and thank you for everything you've done.
Also, just as a side note, before we go to the break, on the Coutinho thing, I read in Dispatches a couple of weeks ago, Liverpool have done some fancy engineering with the transfer fee.
When you told me this just off air, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, so Liverpool sold, I think, for €140 million, £142 million, sorry. And there was talk of cash up front and then add-ons if Coutinho hits certain targets, etc., etc. Turns out, it's reported anyway, that Liverpool sold on the option of the add-on, so basically sold them to a finance house, basically sold Barcelona's debt for what you would imagine would be a reduced fee to guarantee money in the bank. So yeah, it's funny seeing some lad some scousers rocking up at the new camp at the offices with a high vision and a clipboard.
Where's our zone, please?
Walking up with tellies and all kinds.
Fair play to Michael Edwards there. He's obviously, I'm assuming it's him again. Obviously, it's always him when it's something clever like that. And fair play to him for doing it, because I think the way we structured it, we got most of the fee up front anyway, didn't we? Because we wanted to pull Barcelona's pants down for it, maybe give them a little bit of fear of dealing with us in the future or whatever. But to predict that they were probably going to fall off a cliff and not get any of these add-ons, and to then be willing to gamble on like that, fair play to them, and unlucky to whichever finance house it was who bought it, because them add-ons are never getting paid from Barcelona.
Okay, so early this week, yesterday I think, we released an audio documentary on the effect of social media and football, produced by Lizzie Doyle and Dan Wald. It's absolutely fantastic. Here's a little preview clip here.
Anfield, match day. The sights, the sounds, the anticipation. It's what's been passed down to us. It's what we look forward to each and every time we come here. But football, as you know, it has changed. The rising influence of social media on football has left many fans wondering what's real and what isn't, and whether it's good or bad. I'm Dan Morgan, and I've been finding out what influence social media is having on the game. From supporters.
I've made a massive mistake in a Chelsea game a few years ago where I called them rent boys.
To journalists.
There was a whole host of comments about you're ungrateful to be in this country. If you're in this country, you follow our rules.
To the players themselves.
It's almost like a drug in Instagram and Twitter, because you crave that attention on it.
And I'm asking the question,
what are we really in this for?
And we're back. As I said, give it a listen, absolutely brilliant. A lot of work, a lot of effort's gone into that, and I think I'd speak for all of us at the Anfield Raps, and we're really, really proud of it. What a fantastic job they've done. Anyway, back to matters pertaining Jurgen Klopp. It's been reported in The Independent today that in his contract there's a clause built in that when he eventually leaves Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool are going to sort his move out for him, hire a moving van, get down to Enterprise, get a driver. No, basically, I mean, it's in there, and it's a bit of it's not a non-story, it's an interesting story in so much as that when clubs sign players and managers now, they can't lay out the red carpet, they make sure they get estate agents booked to house viewings, even like basic things like get the TV and the phones and all that plumbed in. It sounds mad, but these are like,
we both know of a story of a player we signed recently where that didn't go smoothly, and it affects the player's performance.
No, exactly. So apparently in Jurgen Klopp's contract, such as the detail, Liverpool are obliged contractually to ease his exit. I mean, just logistics wise, I mean, it could just be something as easy as, as I said, booking a van and getting his gear shipped over and all that, but it's just one less thing for him to worry about. And it also shows the level of care Liverpool is showing and respect towards the manager.
Yeah, well, for Liverpool, it's just such an easy win. So at first, when you told me before, I was a bit like, what? So we've agreed, but then so you're thinking, he wants to leave. He doesn't. It's just that when he does want to leave, he doesn't want to have to bother packing up his own house and driving. And it effectively will be driving it back to Germany, all the stuff. So Liverpool just said, don't worry, we'll sort that. Such an easy win. It's not going to cost that much money, and it's just a nice
goodwill though as well, isn't it?
Well, it's goodwill, and also I very much doubt it's Jurgen Klopp who's let the press know about this. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool are probably just like, listen, this is the type of thing that we do for people who are in our team and in our squad. So,
but it's good for potential signings to hear that as well.
Of course, well, I think that's probably what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably with an eye on the summer signing, saying, listen, here's what we're doing for the manager, we'll do it for anyone else, we take care of the people who work for us. Such an easy win for Liverpool, and for Klopp, it's just like, he probably hasn't even thought, well, you know what I mean, just bang that and not bothered, just sign the contract. So, fair play to Liverpool. For years we missed out on easy wins, you know, like we'd mess about over little things that just didn't mean anything, didn't cost anything.
Getting the 5 meg broadband instead of the 20 meg broadband.
Stupid stuff like that though, do you know what I mean? It's little things that annoy the life out of you if you're a professional footballer.
Perry Edwards kicking off because he can't have 2 connected devices at the same time.
Exactly, so well done for Liverpool for taking an easy win.
Story 2 Jurgen Klinsmann, bullet dodged, has jibbed Hertha Berlin after barely 2 months in charge and 3 wins in 10. I think he's the 3rd manager of the season. Mentioned that because Martin Grujic is on loan at Hertha Berlin, started the season well. I think they beat Bayern Munich earlier in the season at the Allianz Arena, but it seems to have tailed off.
Yeah.
And what could that potentially? I mean, first off, Jurgen Klinsmann, but what could that potentially mean for Grujic, do you think? Because he's shown signs of promise, but
he has, yeah. But I'd seen an interview with him probably about 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, something like that. And the way he was talking was not that. He wasn't talking about the confidence of a man who was going to come and get back into this Liverpool team. He was talking about the players who were already ahead of him. It's a funny one with him because he looks a player, but he's 23, 24 now. Do you know what I mean? He's not a kid, and he's done well in Germany as well. He looks. I think he was their Player of the Year last year. He might have even been at the year before as well.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But it's a bit like the Harry Wilson thing at Bournemouth, isn't it? Like you can go and be the best player somewhere else, but that's still not going to be enough to get you into this Liverpool squad. Whatever it is that we need is very specific. So that's why we're looking. Last summer we didn't sign anyone. January we signed Minamino. We're looking for very much. You've got to be a perfect fit, or if not a perfect fit right now, a la Minamino probably isn't going to be perfect for the rest of the season, but next season probably will be. Like Fabinho wasn't, like Andy Robertson wasn't. Someone who's going to come in, be willing to learn the ways that they need to learn, and then be ready to go in 6 months' time. So, listen, Harry Wilson, another great player. Marco Grujic, I'm not sure he's a great player. He looks like a very good player. He could probably do a job in the Premier League somewhere. But
they make money on him as well, which kind of maybe is the means to the end with it, where you take these kids and if they develop fantastic, then brilliant. If not, just having Liverpool on the CV, you get your money back.
Put those two in the transfer market in the summer and you're going to clear 50 million quid, aren't you? So pays for what, a Kai Havertz or half a Kai Havertz or whatever we're looking for in the summer.
Just moving on dead quick, and as much as I'm loath to heap any kind of praise on Manchester United, it's emerged this morning that in December they put a planning application in to install 1,500 rail seats at Old Trafford. I mean, this might just be clear. My personal opinion on this is that it's a really positive move, it's forward thinking, and hopefully the start of something wider across the league. Kev, I think I know your feelings on this.
I think most match-going people have got the same feelings. Obviously, I think we're pussyfooting around a little bit. I don't think the opposition that there used to be to it is there as vociferously as it was. There's obviously still some things to take into account when you talk about it around Liverpool Football Club, but the rest of the league, it's for the safety of fans. Like, how many times have you gone flying over 10 rows of seats?
Look, I'm not being funny, but we're both on the Kop, and I haven't sat down on the Kop now for what, 2 years?
Oh, longer. I'm in 306, 10 years.
And you're falling over seats anyway. So how was that any safer than what?
It's safer to have the rail seating, and that's what I think. That's been half the problem around the campaign with it. If it had been called rail seating from the start rather than safe standing, I think it would have got a lot more traction with people. But listen, I'm not delegating anyone's opinion on standing up for football matches. People have got personal opinions, and that's absolutely fine. Mine is that we're all adults, it happens anyway, and it's the safest way to do it. So well done to Man United for doing this, and hopefully that's the only highlight of their season.
Brilliant. Sounds. Remember, we didn't get one today, but if you leave a question in the comments here, it will get asked tomorrow on the Talking Reds video, whoever's taking that up, so make it good. Plug time as well, bedding in. We've had a couple of bedding ins come out. One came out yesterday, it's fantastic. Recorded at the Gin Distillery in Liverpool. Really good show, enjoyed listening to that, put that one together. We've got an AFU coming out today. We've got specials with Daniel G and Tony Evans. And also tickets for the US tour are still available at theanfieldwrap.com. I think it's /tour, but if not, just have a little search there. They're all there, they're selling well, they will sell out, so get involved. That's been Novo Tuesday. This has been Talking Reds. Nice one.